Hi, my name is Alejandra Sais,
My name is Alejandro Mercado.
and we are going to talk about the human development and technology. First, technology. It is estimated that the average person can spend around 7 hours and 4 minutes looking at a screen every day. The symptoms of an excessive use of technology are stress, anxiety, addiction, depression, and a study shows a great number of today's teenagers suffer from these symptoms. At Prepatech, we have estimated that 66.7 students have suffered from these symptoms. Consequences. This obsessive use of media causes neurological changes in the brain, which makes us more attracted and addicted to those devices. It is cataloged as behavioral addiction. A behavioral addiction is characterized by a progressive inability to control, regulate, or limit the behavior. This type of addiction shares similarities with obsessive-compulsive disorders. Um, our friends and students at Prepatech have answered the formulary and said that 40% spend 6 to 8 hours a day and 30% more than 8 hours a day, which is a lot. 67% of today's world's population uses mobile phone in their daily lives and constantly. And 75% of teenagers and their parents present addiction to technological devices. Addiction. Technology has made us more accustomed to having devices with us every minute of our day, which makes us not only addicted but more susceptible to reach for solutions, creating codependence to them. The percentage of students that consider themselves addicted to technology at Prepatech is about 50% of them. And often it's the 40% that thinks they have present addiction to the devices.
But the real question is there a change? There is a positive to all this. There is a positive to all this. Young people are actually realizing that excessive use of our electronic devices can make us dependent to these. Because of them realizing this, they are starting to stop using the phone and other technological devices, and instead they are doing exercise and other activities. In our Google Forms, the 81.8% of the young people that answered this said that yes, they are trying to stop using the phone that often, and they are trying to do exercise, reading, and doing other hobbies to stop using this much time the electronic devices. Perception. Technology, technology is perceived differently by each individual, but one thing is certain. With the 75% of the answers pointing that technology is good, we can point out that most of our young people think that technology is a really good thing instead of a negative thing. As we can see in the forms that they answered, a lot of they said it was amazing, it was helpful, incredible, innovating, it was good, the future. So what we're looking at is that the young people in Prepatech are looking at the technology as a good thing, not actually a bad thing. But they do know and they do realize that it can be bad with an excessive use of it. The impact. The research has shown us that the emotional impact technology has had on young people, with a majority of the people answering that technology does impact their emotions pretty easily. When we asked why, a big part of the people answered similarly, telling that a lot of their social life and entertainment is directly dependent to the use of technology and social media. It's not a surprise that right now, in the present, a lot of young people use social media as a way to communicate and to represent their feelings to the world and their friends. The bad thing about it is that they become really dependent, so they don't start using like actual conversations in real life, and the things they say on social media becomes more important than the actual thing that's happening, as we can appreciate it in the in the pie chart, with 81.8% of the people answering that yes, it has an immediate impact on them. The contrast.
The contrast. Even though we have already mentioned several consequences technology has on our health, we have decided to ask Prepa Tech students if technology is worth it, the damage it has on ourselves. 90% of them agree that technology makes more positive than negative effects. The question was, is digitalization of our daily life a good or a bad thing? 90.9 answer the question as good, and 9.1 answer the question as technology being bad. We know that the consequences technology has on us are emotional repercussions, mental illnesses, and physical damage. But even though we think that technology has more beneficial things than consequences that are bad for us.
Routine. Technology has become a really important part of our daily routine. This is shown in the graphic below. When the people were asked when do they use the phone the most, 54% of them answered that at night, and 27% of them answered that all day long. This shows how technology, especially the phone, has taken over our lives really, really, really hardly. As told before, in the pie chart, we can appreciate that the routine of most young people, we can see that 54% of them use the phone at night. I'm included at that statistic, I think. And really hardly to see, 27% of them use it all day long, like 24 hours. In conclusion, technology has taken over our lives very rapidly. This has had a positive and a negative effect on young people because of the addiction it has created. It has an emotional effect on us that causes a depression or anxiety. We need to start being much more independent to the electronic devices, trying to do other activities that do not require electronic devices. Thank you.
Thank you.